Hey everybody, this is John. Excuse me for sitting here with my pathetic body right now, but what I'm doing is showing you how to mix up the HCG that I take twice a week, once on the day of injection of my testosterone replacement therapy, and then once 3 days later as directed by my doctor. So this is how most of all of your HCG will come from a compounding pharmacy. It's in a powder, like if you can see that, it's in a powder form at the bottom of the bottle. That is mostly how it comes. Some come freeze dried, but it's the same process for the most part. So mine come in a 5,000 a 5,000 UI bottle, and which lasts me a month. Actually, there's 5 weeks in here, but I take 50 milligrams 2 times per week, which is a relative small amount. So I've got this all done for you this time. My alcohol swab, I wipe the top of that bottle off. I've already drawn up the water, which is 5 milliliters to put into 5,000 milliliters UIs as directed, and it's if you'll see this all on your printout that you get, how to mix and exactly what to mix with the biostatic water that looks something like this. Biostatic water, you don't want to mix it with tap water or any other kind of water. So this is important right here. When you put this in, you want to gently, I squirt it almost off the side of the bottle very slowly, because these molecules are the HCG are, and I'll show you why you don't want to shake this when I'm done. I'm doing this very slowly and carefully, and I'm going to show you how I mix it up when I'm done. You do not want to shake the bottle once the water is in here, because the molecule is a peptide and is held together. It's held together by weak carbon bonds. So if you shake it, you can destroy the molecule, which fucks up your HCG. So you insert the water in there, and then you roll it gently like this. I think I showed you this before. It took about 20 minutes in my previous video, but you roll it like this in your hand. My hands are so big and stupid that it's hard to see, but you just roll it like this, not violently. Do not shake it, because the molecule, as I said, is a fragile peptide that will, for all intents and purposes, ruin your HCG. So you just rub it like that for a while. I don't know, I've probably done it plenty enough. And then if you can see that, it's really crystal clear. It's crystal clear. Everything's mixed up. Um, and there it is. So, and then I've already gotten out my cotton swab to save you time from both going through the shit that I put you through last time wise, and also from having a look at my body. Now, I have lost a little bit of weight because I haven't been eating much. I was drinking a lot. My last video, I did make it through the day. Today is day 2. Thank God, because I was just at the end of my fucking rope. So I tilt this up. I always do it real gently, and my dose is to draw 50 milligrams in a little insulin type syringe, and that's what I'm going to do right here. Bada bing, bada boom, 50 milligrams. And I will tell you this again, like I mentioned last time. 50 milligrams is when, of any substance, no matter milliliters, milligrams, whatever it is, when the bottom of that stopper, bottom meaning the part towards the needle, is at 50. That's your dose. Not when the top part is at 50, but when the bottom part is at 50. That's your dose. All right, so I'm going to take this other alcohol pad. I'm going to wipe my stomach. So I have lost, God, that's nasty, but I have lost a little weight. You know, I'm a little self-conscious because 4 years ago, I was 225 and a real solid 225. And you, stick that, it doesn't hurt. You stick that in there like insulin. It's an insulin syringe, and you just let it go. You just pull the fat. Even if you don't have any fat, you pull it out. Done. You wipe it. It's simple. You just go in any fat, and even if you don't have any fat, like in about another 2 months, I will not have any fat right there. But there's always something to pull. I don't care. I've had a six-pack before. It's on there somewhere. And there's always something to pull. There's always a little something to pull. So you can stick that in, yeah, you know, like insulin. And then you put the cap on. You want to make sure and put it somewhere nice and safe and return it to proper place, the right pharmacy. All right, now that we're done with that, this HCG goes immediately into the fridge. Store your HCG in the fridge. This big needle as well, sorry, we want to cap this putty cat. Always cap this thing. We do not, where is it? We do not want this laying around. This is, thank God this does not have to go into the body. Okay, this goes into, from the biostatic water into the HCG, and then into your safe disposal box to be turned into your pharmacy with everything else in a safe, responsible manner. Okay, next, I am going to put my shirt on and do us all a favor. But I want you to look at this only because I am weighing 241 right now. I'm 6'1.5", and I'm 241 today, and I have some draggage here, and that is I take a Nostratol, not a Nostratol, a Nastrazole. It comes in my testosterone, which helps with any estrogen that gets turned over from testosterone. But my estrogen level was really good, so I needed a very, very, minute amount of anastrozole. So that's not what this is about. This is about extra weight here, which I've never had, not working out, being depressed, eating like shit, and drinking like a demon, and just being depressed and miserable and anxious and not taking care of myself because I have issues. Not issues. I have issues. I have some real live, honest to goodness issues, and today happens to be just a positive day for me, thank God. You think it has to do with not drinking for 2 days? Do you have to maybe think it has to do with accepting life on life's terms? I don't know. Probably, maybe a little bit. Don't worry, I'm sure tomorrow I'll feel bad again or someday, but not today. Because I want to read you this. There is a show, I told you I'd talk more about HCG. A couple years ago, and I know they've done an update on the Dr. Oz show. HCG is known among women. They produce it a lot when they're pregnant for different reasons. But also for reasons that can be easily researched if that's why you're taking this. If that's part of HCG. It's a natural thing from the brain produced to the body. Now, a lot of women got into taking HCG for weight loss. There, on the Dr. Oz show, it talked about the debate between, was it the 500 calories a day only that the women were able to eat, or was it the HCG that was causing them to lose the weight? And it turned out to be mostly the 500 calories, but both. Because although the women were eating such little calories, they were taking HCG, that they were not losing muscle. Usually the first thing to go is muscle, not fat. If your body's not eating and something needs to go, it's not your fat, it's your muscle, unfortunately, right? Obviously. You can see that people walking around every day. The first thing to go, and those people that don't exercise, is not their fat, it's their muscle. So they have little arms and big bellies, and we have cartoon characters that look like this, and people in real life. So the HCG preserves muscle, specifically in the women that were taking it to diet, and women bodybuilders also supplement with it. The reason that men take it, as I've indicated before, guys that do steroids, all kinds of different crazy steroids just to get big, or even testosterone, but in superhuman amounts. When they finish with that, their testicles have shrank. They are not producing their own testosterone because the body has said, we're getting all this from this intravenous anabolic steroids you're shooting into the body. We don't need to produce testosterone anymore. So the testicles tend to shrivel up, and people stop producing sperm. Men stop producing sperm. So in my case, the reason my doctor is giving me this is I'm on testosterone replacement therapy. So I take a very low dose of HCG. Like I said, 50 milligrams, which you just saw me inject twice a week. The day that I inject my testosterone cypionate, and then 3 days later. Now, that tells my brain to keep my testicles producing testosterone, and it helps with the hypothalamus. I knew I wouldn't remember this. Doesn't matter. The hypothalamus gland. It helps basically, brain tells the body to produce testosterone, so that it keeps an even keel to the man's rise and fall level of hormones. I mean, so men aren't weepy, and it helps so your nuts don't shrink, basically. And like I said, unless you're doing extraordinary amounts, that's not something that I'm worried about happening anyway. But it is sort of in addition to testosterone replacement therapy, and it helps. So produces HCG, produces testosterone in males, helps the testicles return to normal size when you're done with the TRT. Lots of guys won't use it till you're done with the TRT, and the TRT tells the body, the testosterone tells your body to shut down. So when they're done, the body freaks out. The HCG tells the body to start producing again. I've already said that. When testosterone rises sharply, it'll aromatose and turn it into estrogen, and estrogen can be prevented by the anti-estrogen, which I already said, the little bit of anastroli that I take. I'm pronouncing it wrong, but or it's an aromatase inhibitor is what it is. It stops the body from turning excess testosterone that the male body is not using into too much estrogen. Now, men need estrogen, just like women do, just like women need testosterone, just like men do, but not in the same amounts, obviously. So, if next point. I already told you about the molecules of peptide. Do not shake the bottle. Put this bottle, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to put this bottle of HCG in the refrigerator, and it's going to sit there until 3 days from today when I take my next shot. Now, one of the reasons now this is debatable, but again, if you're doing testosterone therapy treatment, hormone replacement therapy, the HCG, taking that while you're on test, is important to not only maintain the testicle size, function, but if you happen to be trying to have a kid, uh, again, that's a good reason to be taking. I know some younger guys that take HCG while on testosterone therapy, and they're taking the testosterone maybe because they have hypogonadism. They were born with it, or they were teenagers and they never developed. So that's one reason. And now they're of age when they're having to be married. They're getting married and they're having kids. So that's why they take the HCG, so that they can produce testosterone to have kids, to be fertile. It's not just for the ball size, your testicle size alone. The other also, it helps, HCG helps balance the other hormones. Like I said um, before, the hypothalamus. I think I'm saying that correctly. I know what it is, but I want to. I'm probably not pronouncing it. But if you know what I'm talking about, or you can research it up. Hypothalamus, HYPO, hypothalamus, HYPOTH, hypothalamus gland. It all the HCG helps that and substitutes what that hypothalamus gland will do to regulate the body. So it's important for a number of reasons. HCG is to help the kidneys, the reproductive organs, sexual drive, sexual function, and a status quo, sort of a maintenance of function throughout your injection time, so we're not on this roller coaster midlife crisis woman type thing, which is not a joke at all. As if you've been around any kind of menopausal woman, good lord, it's not a joke. So we don't want to be like that, not us men, because we're stable as can be. Unless you've seen some of my videos, and then you know I'm just one crazy basket case from hell. That being said, diet is important. And you can see by looking at my not sexy body with my shirt off that my diet has gone to hell. And I'm really irritated about that. And in the next month, because I have had muscle before, and because I've been on this testosterone replacement therapy for 3 months now, and with the HCG, I am going to start eating healthy. I am going to be back in the gym, not just once or twice a week, but on a regular basis. And that was the before shot. I don't want to show you again because I'm kind of conscious about my body, and I feel kind of weird saying that, but it's true. Men are not, we're no different. I don't feel right when I don't feel right. And I don't have to look like Adonis, just because I did at one time. In my own mind, anyway. So, look, here's the thing. I am going to continue taking this, continue doing updates. If you have any questions, I'm trying to make this video quick because I know they've been long. So I'm trying to make it quicker. I hope I explained the HCG more. There's stuff on, you can look on Dr. Oz. He's always good for showing the pros and cons. One of them that I watched was on women, which HCG, I think it's a little bit of a reckless thing for women to be on HCG diet and only eating 500 calories a day. That's crazy. Yeah, you'll keep your muscle and you'll lose your fat, but at some point you're going to have to stop that HCG if you're a female. And you're going to want more calories. And I've seen women, I don't know what they were on, but I know one in particular that got in some bodybuilding, and boy, when her weight came back, it came back with a vengeance. So I don't know about that specifically. My main focus is how it affects me and men. But HCG is nothing secret, there's no secret about it. You can Google it all over the place, and I have. I just only have a certain amount of time to kind of spit it out right here. I think I got to H, and it's called, and I stumbled over this last time, HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. Human chorionic gonadotropin. Human chorionic gonadotropin. HCG. All right. Hope I've been a help. If you have any questions, please ask, because I will Google them for you and I will find out, because I'm on this like I'm on the scene like a sex machine. I'm in all about this stuff and finding out about it and reading about it and doing it correctly and answering any questions you may have. If this helped you, press like. If you thought it was lame, fuck off. No. If you thought it was well, you can't think it's lame because I just give you information. If I can help you out some more, ask me, and I will. If you're wondering about doing some steroids that I haven't mentioned, ask me, and I'll give you my educated opinion. I am not, obviously, I would like to, at one point, I could have passed as a bodybuilder, but I'm not a bodybuilder yet. Again, I am not a doctor. I am not a pharmacist. I am not anybody who has any degrees. I do have a degree and some experience, but not in this. I'm quite knowledgeable about nutrition, although I obviously haven't been living it. But I'm a smart person and I can research, and I have. So if there's anything I can help you with regarding this, please, I'd love to hear from you. If you like the channel, please check out some of my other stuff. Enough said. I'll check you out next time. Thank you.